Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this live showdown between Khorne and the Vampire Coast, coming out with their super cool icon. I think that's the Vampire Coast faction that starts over in Grand Cathay. Now, as far as the build goes, we're going to be going pure Khorne metal. So in the front line, we do have the Chaos Warriors with the dual weapons. And in my testing against the Depth Guard spam builds, I honestly find these guys trade pretty cost effectively into Depth Guard, since Depth Guard lack armor piercing, with the exception of the Halberd variant, which I don't think is like a great trade anyways from a cost perspective. These guys do very well, and any other chaff units, even like some of the bigger things like animated Hulks, they do pretty well against. So it's going to be Chaos Warriors dual weapons. We have Valkia up in the sky. Valkia is just so good. If your opponent goes with like a Luther, a flying character, you can hunt them down. Anything really. She's just a great character. Low ground, we're going to be contesting the objective with Marauders, and then we do have a couple Marauder Horsemen of Khorne, and that is it. So I'm expecting a Depth Guard rush of sorts. Okay, actually it looks like this is a little bit different. I was expecting like a Depth Guard Hulk rush, but it looks like this is going to be this is like old school Coast. Yeah, okay, Depth Guard stacked with zombies with bombers. So the fact that we brought the armor, I think is going to be very useful, and you know, I think if we just land Furies there, we should be okay. So zombie bomber mobs. All right, let's go ahead and get our horsemen over here. We will most likely secure the bottom objective. That's going to be gunnery mobs. We have shielded marauders down there, so I'm feeling pretty comfortable about that. We do also have the Vanguard point. What is this? This is a gunnery mob. Okay. I would imagine a pistol character. Yeah, it's going to be Pistol of the Deep. So it's just going to be Vangeist Revenge or Kraken's Pull. Those are pretty much the two viable choices that you would want to consider there. So, all right. So heading up, do we want to send more infantry? We could send some slower troops while we're at it. Spawn. He does have pistol mobs. Spawn might. Spawn will be pretty resilient against the bombers, though. We could try some Spawn. Let's actually mix them in and see how they do. I mean, in theory, they should be an excellent buzzsaw unit, right? So we'll see what happens. These are pistol mobs. He can summon scurvy dogs. That's kind of his jam. He does have the bombers. So let's go like throw at these halberds a little bit and see what we can find. Get Valkia up here. We do have the Khorne dual weapons with halberds, who again have like amazing leadership. So we'll just throw some axes, and then when he summons something up here, we'll bounce down to the south. I think that should be okay. So throwing axes, do a little bit of damage, nothing like crazy. Yeah, you can see we like just get a little bit of HP there. Corn dogs, Furies. I think we're going to be summoning Furies on top of the bombers, and the pistol mobs are looking to cause some problems for us. So let's pull back. We have our Marauders up on the point now, and they are shielded, so I don't want to give them any freebies where I don't need to, right? I think I'm going to go for the double Fury summon. Depth Guard, in my experience, are obviously pretty good, but I think my Khorne Warriors, especially with a Chaos Spawn coming up, should trade pretty okay here. So it looks like there's a bomber kind of coming out. We can go ahead and get you attacking into the pistol mobs, and let's go ahead and do like a little bit of a push there. And if we can bait a summon out on the low ground, we can then respond to the double Fury. So let's go here. Those Marauders, of course, do some big damage. So yeah, this is going to be tricky. We're charging like right in. Let's go ahead and secure the objective before we push out, and we should get those pistol mobs. So Valkia is going to go in, attack the character. Let's go ahead and summon two Furies in 1 and 2. Fly them over the top. Try and get on top of the bombers before we start fighting. And Valkia can go into some number of stances there. Okay, so what is it going to be? Pistol mobs and pistol mobs. So Warriors will secure that point. Keep going with Valkia. We can use the shield if we need to. And it looks like it's going to be Mourngull. So attack here, and get the Warriors coming up. And now we can honestly just get in there with these guys as well. So Valkia is doing good. Let's use the Spear of Sleipnir. That's going to be hitting both those units. Seems like on the low ground it's going relatively cost effective. Let's dive back here with the Horsemen. Have one of you guys surround there. Valkia did get a good Spear of Sleipnir, and we have shut down the bombers for now. So time to get in, time to get in, time to get in here. Let's go ahead and get another Corn Dog and run it like right up the side, although he might be able to intercept that. We'll have to see. And Valkia might need to escape here. We're going to see. All right, Furies are back there, and the frontline engagement should be underway here. We should be able to get some nice stuffing. Let's get on these bombers, and most of the gun mobs down here have been wrecked pretty hard. Okay, that's good. That's exactly what we're looking for. Khorne Marauders will massively outtrade. And here comes the dual weapons. Yeah, the dogs got caught. So what did he summon in? Some scurvy dogs of his own? Oh, he just blocked me using the edge of the map. Okay, that makes sense. All right, bomber mobs. Time to show the dark gods what you're worth. Those spawn are a little bit overextended, but let's go ahead and pull back here with these. Seems okay. And we probably want to just summon in more just infantry at this point, just to kind of take the long, ponderous march up this way. All right, Corn Dogs, he did use the Kraken's Pull in the middle. Kraken's Pull does a little bit of damage, but nothing terribly substantial. Hit the Horsemen around the back to jump on the bomber mobs. Marauders trading effectively. We do have Warriors holding the back point, which seems good. And let's go ahead and get the dogs through, get you guys around the back. And yeah, you know what? The Kraken's Pull there actually did a little bit of damage. I'm not unimpressed by that, that's for sure. Now, Valkia, what targets do we have? Let's go into the back of these bombers. Looks like we are losing a little bit of grind here, but as Vampire Coast has to kind of extend outward, they could run into some problems for sure. All right, let's jump into the bombers. Valkia, the Lord, is over here, so we could just go Lord hunting. So let's do this. And I know we have some basic marauders coming like all the way back from the Shadow Realm, so let's just get those guys coming out. It's going to be a while before they get there, but let's hope for the best. All right, so jumping on the pistol mob. Khorne dogs have done their thing. He might be able to steal this objective here. It's a little bit hard to say. Yeah, Valkia's on the hunt. We can go after the character and just kind of use Valkia as she is intended to be used. And let's see if we can come back here and save this objective. It's going to be tricky, but I'm hoping we can. All right, so Marauders should get there in time before I lose it. We have the dual weapon warriors, which of course are grinding relatively well. Valkia can hunt here. We can pull some of the horsemen down and under. Let's get these Marauders going after the pistol mobs and get these warriors over here. See if we can save the point. So Khorne dogs move across. Dual weapon warriors are coming back. Valkia is on the hunt. We can use the demon shield. Keep hunting this character down. And am I going to be able to get anything there in time? Yeah, it looks like the Marauders get there pretty close, but no cigar. So now we're going to move in just with those guys. We'll pull some other guys here. So let's do the Vanguard deployment. Just run south like this. Get those Marauders up on the point, and now we can do like a little Space Jam push onto them here. So yeah, this is good. He's like sending a lot of assets to deal with Valkia. Let's go ahead and use the Spear of Sleipnir to kind of like crump those guys. And we'll see if the Warriors can make it over and eventually get this objective back. So we got Marauders fighting here. Khorne dogs were able to kind of get their bearings. So let's move you onto the objective, you onto the objective. And hopefully we can just kind of win this grind right here. And hey, the Spear of Sleipnir actually did good. I mean, if he wants to just tar pit Valkia there, I guess that's okay. All right, so Marauders fight. We do have the capture weight back. We're charging in. Should be able to wrestle this. And he's got a couple zombies trying to block my Vanguard zone, but I've already gotten what I want out of it, more or less. Probably just some regular dogs, because they have crazy good capture weight, so if we just like park them here, it should be pretty good. So we do have the Sword of Khorne. That was a nice cast right there. Valkia is just kind of hanging out, so she might be tar pitted there for a while. I think we'll eventually get through. And yeah, the capture weight's in our favor. We have a fair amount of infantry on it. Let's get you guys parked here. We have some dual weapon warriors and the Vanguard. I think we'll use some Furies actually, so just we need a little bit more money. Valkia will clear those out at some point, and she's done good so far. She's been hunting well. All right, so the capture weight's going to come for us for sure. Once this dog gets on there, that's going to be just Bread City. So yeah, the Hound is there. Vampire Coast doesn't have too much there. Let's get some of these guys kind of running across. It's going to take him a minute to get his troops there. Oh, we could use the Sword of Khorne right here actually. That might be good. That'll free up Valkia, and I think we have enough for this objective, so I think we're okay, and we don't need to worry too much. Furies, we're just going to fly them above the bombers and hang tight. And the dogs, we don't want to get too crazy with the dogs. We almost have the objective back, looking good. The value is relatively close. We can get another dog unit actually and just dart it across, although I think saving up... Ooh, he actually got the capture way back. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I thought that our boys would do the job. So we got pistol mobs here. Do we want to attack into the back of Depth Guard? I feel like Depth Guard are going to be exceptionally good against us. So let's get another Fury and see if they can like chew through these halberds here. And hopefully the dual weapon warriors will just do the trick. Yeah, the capture weight just keeps going back and forth, but it looks like he's finally gotten it. So, all right, so Valkia did escape. She's escaped her confinement. Let's come after the character here. Value trading is pretty close. All right, looking okay. Furies should be able to kill those halberds, no problem. Yeah, I guess the Marauders didn't hold up super well. Depth Guard obviously are going to be a bit of a tough fight here, but I think we have enough models that we can do something about it. So Valkia's on the way. We're going to get the Demon Shield active. And the Kraken's pull, I wonder how much damage that's done to our troops this game. I haven't really been paying like super close attention to it. We could summon in some Marauders, I think. Do we have any? No, it doesn't look like we do. And you know what? I'm surprised we're not just killing that halberd unit. It feels like it should be much quicker. All right, let's attack these gunnery mobs. We have the Marauders here. Let's get these Marauders back here. He just pulled the points lead. He just now got the points lead. All right, so horsemen, you guys can just use your throwing weapons here. Valkia's going to go after the character. Honestly, even fighting Depth Guard is totally fine. We could use Relentless Rage on these warriors. That will make them pretty resilient, so we're going to pop that and see if that can help us. And you know, wow, look at those halberd mobs. I did not expect them to do so well. Let's get more dogs. See if we could just like rip up any like loose elements on the battlefield. Okay, so we did clear out those halberds on the side, which is kind of an interesting tactic on his part. Khorne and Valkia are fighting versus Depth Guard, kind of a scary affair. You guys move in. Mourngull's doing a lot of damage, actually. I think we can kill the Fellbats with our Furies. I'm pretty sure that's a pretty good trade for us. All right, so let's go here, get you mobs over there. Start like chewing around the field. Valkia's going to want to pull back at this point, I think. I think fighting on this objective here is kind of a doomed cause. The value is close enough, but he has access to healing and I don't, right? So that's where we run into issues. I think most of my reserves are here. Could move up. It's not like he has a Mortis Engine or anything, so let's get you guys there. It looks like the Furies have been able to decisively win the fight. Do we go after the animated Hulks is the question. A lot of random like pistol mobs and different things like that coming in. I think the Khorne dogs, maybe I should have levied them a little bit more early on. All right, let's move over here. Khorne dogs are trading. Let's see if we could like pull back. We have a little bit of time, not too much. Not too much. Valkia is going to have to, you know, get her stuff together. Maybe go help out versus these Hulks. See if we can find like good battles around the battlefield and start value trading our way back. We have another Khorne dog here in a minute. Yeah, this fighting this position is kind of silly. I think just parking everybody here is okay for now. So we got more pistol mobs. So can we actually kill these animated Hulks? So let's charge into the Hulk, see if we can. Hulk smash, and we'll get another Khorne dog and start value trading. I think one of the mistakes I made this game is kind of like playing a little bit too much into those like head-on fights, which you would suppose is kind of Khorne's jam, but it's definitely a little bit precarious. All right, so let's get the shield over there. We'll get some dogs around, go take down these guys. We have some horsemen, and you guys can maneuver up around the side. We're not going to fight this depth guard blob. That's just not good news. Valkia is so close to dying, though. Oh my goodness, like so close. All right, so let's get the scurvy dogs getting attacked here. It seems like the Morngulls are coming, so they're moving off. Do I have any chance of like securing this one? Let's get you guys back on here and see if we can like grind against these. We have to get a little bit wild here, although I think we're running out of time. That spell shouldn't do that much damage. It shouldn't, but it might against the dogs. All right, so dogs, come over here. We could do the double hound, like objective theft kind of tactic, which we might be getting into that desperation type territory, right? Valkia is still alive. Hounds are nibbling all over the place. Let's pull you guys back here. And you guys fight here, and I think it's time for the double hound theft, although I don't think it's going to work. He's just got too much stuff everywhere. All right, hounds, go here. Let's get the dogs. The only way we win is if we can somehow manage to capture an objective. Very, very cool build, though. Using the Kraken's pull against like my elite infantry. I would probably have to, I wonder if going wider, but the depth guard seemed actually to trade pretty well, so perhaps I need to go back to the drawing board on that. So get the hounds over the top. We'll get you guys here, and he's summoning in a lot of pistol mobs, which I can of course kill like very effectively right now with this like dog surround. But that's me not getting the objective, right? So yep, most of our marauders are still in the field. I guess unsummoning them could have been prudent. Valkia, maybe she can get like a killing blow right here, and we surround the pistol mobs, which again is good value. You can see it's kind of closing the value gap a little bit, but I guess when Valkia kind of got broken, you know, she didn't win her fights. Perhaps another Khorne choice? Like to be a little bit more sustainable on the ground? It's hard to say. GG, well played. That was a really, really fun match. Well played at random. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. And it just goes to show that, you know, these factions, even some of the newer Chaos factions, I would say Khorne is probably the weakest of the bunch because they don't have magic. You can see how impactful magic was, right? I would imagine this Deepcaster, yeah, got pretty good value, killing basically 2 of my dual weapon warriors, but maybe shielded warriors, but shielded warriors will not trade super well in the depth guard because they don't have the damage output. On top of that, the bombers, yeah, the shields don't help against the bombs. So the bombs did pretty good, I guess. The depth guard really were solid. Yeah, 1,700 value on that one, 1,200. Okay, so depth guard were the big issue there. Khorne dogs came in and did okay. Dual weapon warriors were the epicenter of my build, and they didn't get the job done. So I guess I have to go back to the drawing board with the infantry. I guess on the map too. Maybe we could have tried a back cap type situation, like push the backside a little bit more. We sat there for a long time when I could have been pushing his back objective, so maybe. GG, well played. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one, and we will be back with more replay soon.